Welcome to the Fall 2023 Commencement Ceremony of Oklahoma State University Institute of Technology. Please remain standing for the national anthem sung by the School of Arts, Science, and Health staff member, Lissay Bulick.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
You all please be seated. We'll say thank you for the opening ceremony, that tribute to our great nation. This is a proud day on campus, and I'm grateful to all of you for joining us today as we recognize the achievements of the members of the 226th graduating class. Before me today is a very accomplished group of graduates. We have 244 students graduating from OSUIT today, and of those, 66% are graduating with honors. 70 are graduating cum laude with a GPA between 3.0 and 3.49. 58 are graduating magna cum laude with a GPA between 3.5 and 3.79. And 34 are graduating summa cum laude with a GPA of 3.8 and above. The names of the honored graduates are designated in the commencement program, and they are each wearing a special medallion to signify their academic achievement. You will also recognize the graduating members of our International Scholarship Society, known as the Phi Theta Kappa, by the gold stoles they are wearing. Such academic achievements are difficult to come by and deserve our recognition. So I have the greatest respect for all of our graduates, so please help me give all of our hardworking graduates a well-deserved round of applause. As a military-friendly institution, which if you know the history of OSUIT, you know that it started serving veterans in 1946, coming back from World War II. We also take great pride in honoring our veterans. You will recognize our graduating veterans by the red, white, and blue cords that adorn their regalia. So at this time, we would like to take a moment to recognize and invite all of our veterans who are in attendance to please stand and allow us to thank you for your service to our nation. Please, anybody that's a veteran, if you would stand. Thank you again for your great service to our country. There are a few people that I would like to acknowledge at this time. First, in the VIP section tonight, we have Dr. Monty Randall, President from the College of Muskogee Nation. We're honored to have Dr. Randall in attendance. Dr. Randall, thank you for being here. Also with us today are Dr. Heather Ortiz, Assistant Dean for School of Arts, Science, and Health, and our graduate announcer for the evening. Dr. Ortiz. And Jim Smith, longtime friend of mine, Vice President of Fiscal Services. Jim. Also seated in the VIP section, we have outstanding faculty and staff members, or we have a staff member. I think some of our faculty were not able to make it tonight, but I want to recognize Kyle Allen. Kyle was Outstanding Classified Staff Award, he's Student Life Activities Coordinator. Kyle. Next, the members of the platform committee. I want to recognize OSU Regent Billy Taylor, for the member of the A&M Board of Regents, and Dr. Randy Wymore, who is our interim provost. And our student speaker will be formally introduced in a few moments, but I would like to ask Kiki Davis to stand and be recognized at this time. Kiki. Next, I'm privileged to introduce one of our special guests of the evening, Billy Taylor of the OSU A&M Board of Regents. Regent Taylor has some words to share with tonight's graduating class. Regent Taylor.
Thank you. On behalf of the OSU A&M Board of Regents, congratulations to the OSU IT class of 2023. Today is a cause for celebration as we recognize this milestone in your lives. Your time at OSU IT has no doubt been a period of personal growth that will change the course of your lives. For many of us, OSU has played a critical role in the development of successful careers. For others, it may be where you met your spouse or other lifelong friends. Many other factors will help determine how you serve, work, and live. But on this occasion, we recognize just how important OSU IT is to all of us. Thank you to the community of Okmulgee for its partnership with this institution. We appreciate the support that Okmulgee provides to our students, and we look forward to continued successes. To the administration, faculty, staff, students, and all who make OSU IT special, the Board of Regents says, thanks for a job well done. Graduates, we honor you today, and we celebrate with you and your families. Congratulations on your achievements. I hope that your time at OSU IT will include countless wonderful memories that you will carry with you forever. As a graduate, you represent America's brightest orange. Oklahoma State University has influenced your lives. May you enhance its name through your continued academic pursuits, your career, and service to the greater good. Again, on behalf of the Board of Regents, congratulations to each of you.
So I don't want anybody to be intimidated by the 4 or 5 pages of notes that I have here for my remarks. And to those on our staff are probably giggling a little bit inside because I've bragged about how when I speak by talking points. And then I started thinking about tonight and I ended up writing all this. But I want you all to know that I am pretty sure it won't take more than 10 minutes. And in fact, I am pulling up my stopwatch on my phone so that if it gets close, I will make sure that I don't. I'm still scarred from high school commencement. Our commencement speaker spoke for an hour. And all of you young people, back in our old days, we used to speak for a really long time. a really long time, but we try to shorten those things these days to keep things moving. I didn't introduce myself earlier, but I'm Chris Benj, the Vice President of Operations here at the campus. This is my first commencement and first class to be able to preside over this ceremony, so I'm pretty excited about just being part of this with you all today. So I'm gonna tell you about a story of a boy named George. George was born in a low to middle income household. Early in his life, he had some health issues that his parents noticed. George would pass out frequently, so frequently at times his parents thought that he was actually going to pass. He was going to die. This happened for quite some time before they took him to the doctor and found out that he had a lot of stress and pressure on his brain that needed to be relieved. So at 2.5 years old, he went through a pretty major surgery to relieve that. It was successful, and he went on to be a healthy child and live a healthy life. Although communication was a little bit difficult for him at times, part of that was because George was a very shy and kind of socially awkward. But he came to accept himself later in life as an introvert, although today he would probably describe himself as an outgoing introvert. He had plenty of friends, but being smaller than most and unsure of himself created a lack of confidence that stuck with him far into adulthood. He loved football and began playing football in the 5th grade, where he was a starter for 2 years. This boosted his confidence. However, by the 7th grade, everyone kept getting bigger and George quit growing, basically, or didn't grow much. So he had to sit on the bench from the 7th and 8th and 9th grade, which only served to hurt his confidence further. He was unassuming and mostly unnoticed through high school, finishing with average grades. His neighborhood was mostly a blue-collar working class, and so George decided he was a working man and set out in a career in construction, seeking to earn a paycheck, thinking that at the time that college was kind of overwhelming and didn't know if he could commit to the 4 years to college, as well as go into college debt. So over the years in the construction industry, he developed a good work ethic, and he was pretty skilled at the trade. At the time, he went on and had the opportunity, or was able to grow into that to where he could manage a small team. These developments helped him with his confidence. He married at 26. His wife encouraged him to focus on self-improvement, like being a professional, dressing and speaking appropriately. And little by little, his confidence increased. As he went through his 20s, he began to wonder what his real potential was. So George and his wife welcomed 2 children in his 30s, and life was good. However, there was always that feeling there was more out there for him and that he could grow stronger with. Finally, he made a radical decision no one could have predicted. He ran for elected office. He began serving in the Oklahoma House of Representatives at the age of 36. The shy introvert had joined an extrovert's world. While not a great orator, he learned he could be effective by practicing humility and honesty, listening first, and picking his strategic spots to speak. He also found speaking with brevity was effective. At one point, he noticed throughout his career that his colleagues began to comment, "When you speak, I tend to listen." Because when you speak, you always have something to say. It's not just speaking to be heard. He continued to grow personally, sharpening his leadership skills, taking on larger and more important issues, such as energy, education, healthcare, and transportation. He also represented his state on a trip to Taiwan, leading a delegation to interact with the Taiwan government that helped his state economically and culturally. It was about this time as well he began his own journey of getting his college degree. If you'll remember, I said out of high school He thought he was a working man, wanted to go to work, earn a paycheck, didn't think college was for him. This was something that 18-year-old working man version would have never thought possible. He ended up getting his degree at 44 years old. He finished his service at high levels of leadership, ultimately serving as the Speaker of the Oklahoma House of Representatives. Returning home and working closer to home, he was enjoying life out of the limelight. Being out of the public eye was refreshing. The break from public service didn't last long, however. Soon, the governor of the state called, inviting him to come back to the state capitol to serve as Secretary of State. During his service as Secretary of State, he met with more than 40 international dignitaries. Now, George was not an international traveler or international person to speak of, so that was quite a learning experience for him. But it was quite the learning experience to be able to meet with all these international leaders and talk about what a great state the state of Oklahoma was. He ended up traveling to South Korea on a diplomatic and economic development mission, again, pursuing and advancing opportunities for the state of Oklahoma. He also focused on policy issues like workforce and education. He ultimately took on the duties of the Secretary of Native American Affairs. This had the responsibility of interacting with Oklahoma's 38 federally recognized tribes. As a Cherokee citizen, he thought that was a great honor and opportunity to strengthen the friendship and working relationship between the state and the tribes. Met with all 38 federally recognized tribal leaders, and his message was pretty simple: respect and collaboration. He worked together on a variety of economic development projects and a variety of compacts between our state and the tribal nations. Governor ultimately asked him to serve as her chief of staff, where he finished his service with her at the state capitol. One of the things that he worked on was a pay raise for the teachers of Oklahoma. At the time, it was the largest pay raise in the state of Oklahoma. So when he finished his service at the Capitol and he looked back and he thought about what the shy introvert from Tulsa, some of the highlights, it was 17 and a half years of service at the Capitol. He was able to meet 2 U.S. presidents, several members of Congress and U.S. senators, 6 Oklahoma governors, NBA basketball stars, college football coaches and players, Boone Pickens, and many other national elected leaders. So if all of you haven't figured it out, I'm George. Good to meet you. Half of our folks that already know me, they knew about halfway through, I'm sure they knew who I was talking about. So I chose that little quirky way of introducing myself to you all. One, because I'm 3 months into the job. You all don't know me really, and I'm getting to know the OSUIT family. I have a unique background that I bring to this campus that I'm excited to share with this campus. And what I wanted to do briefly, because when I look out there, a lot of you remind me of my kids. You're just a little bit younger than my kids. Actually, some of you are about the same age as my 2 kids. So I thought, I'm going to take the opportunity to give you some fatherly advice, whether you like it or not. Just a few things that I learned, and these are the things that when I stepped back and I thought about my service at the state capitol, the things that I felt like helped me be successful. And I think they're universal. I think once you hear them, they're universal. And I believe very strongly that they could help you be successful in your careers. Humility would be the first one that I would mention, and I mentioned it in my comments. I found that when I put team first and when I put others first and didn't really care about getting credit for anything, that it just boosted me throughout my career. It seemed like that opportunity came to me even when I wasn't seeking it, because I tried to put the team first. Honesty, and I know you're probably thinking, yeah, you're about the 1,000th adult that has mentioned honesty as being something important, but it is. It's worth saying again. I lived it at the state capitol, and I found that being up front and straightforward and honest with people, you get return with that in your own career. Positive energy. And this is difficult these days because we have social media and other things that are platforms of rage. Stay positive. Try not to dwell on negative things. It really is I think it's a natural force. It's a natural force. The more negative you dwell on, the more it pulls you down and it keeps you from focusing on the things that you need to focus on. And then finally, listen before speaking. I can't say this enough. Listening to others and before speaking yourself, I think is very important. And I think as leaders, out of a crowd this size, I know many of you will go on to lead teams. And I can't emphasize enough how important it would be for you to listen to your team members and create consensus and create that consensus and by listening first. So that's my fatherly advice for you all tonight. Finally, I want to say, because I'm coming up on 13 minutes, I have 2 minutes. The next chapter at OSUIT Okmulgee is very exciting. We were at an event this Tuesday in Tulsa with the OSU system launching the Polytech initiative. And Polytech is a big word, has a big meaning, and it can be defined actually in many different ways. But most there recognize that OSUIT is a Polytech campus. We do technology. We do technology in many different ways. And I couldn't help but think about the next chapter of this campus. I think OSUIT is poised to lead the state of Oklahoma going forward. And I think that many are going to be looking to us for that leadership, because this campus and working in the skills, teaching young people like yourself to work with your mind and your hands, it's the trend of the day. It is what our country is asking for. And I think that our campus is really poised to exercise a great amount of leadership into our next chapter, whatever that's going to be called. So I thank you all for listening to my story, and again for allowing me to be able to celebrate with you tonight. And I'm going to move on to the real star of the show tonight, and I'm going to introduce our student speaker, Kiki Davis. Kiki is a native Oklahoman, grew up in Dallas, Texas. She's graduating from the School of Arts, Science, and Health with an Associate of Science in Pre-Professional Studies. She's a dedicated student and community volunteer, and as part of the Empower program, she has completed numerous internships and actively serves her community as a volunteer with Pete's Pantry, Deep Fork Community Action, Okmulgee Community Center, and Salvation Army. She's passionate about helping others and plans to use her degree to continue assisting others in need of economic support by applying to the Oklahoma Department of Human Services as a family service specialist. Please join me in welcoming Kiki to the podium.
Good evening. My name is Kira Davis, but everyone calls me Kiki. I want to thank all of you for being here with us to celebrate this tremendous milestone. It is such an honor to be selected as a graduate student. Ooh, sorry, I'm a little nervous. It is such an honor to be selected as the graduate student respondent speaker for the December 2023 graduating class. I want to take this time to tell you my story here at OSUIT and mention very important individuals who helped me to make my time more meaningful and prepare me for the next journey in my life. Although my journey at OSUIT to pursue my degree didn't start until July of 2022, I was no stranger to campus. My story started in November of 2018 when I was introduced to the Empower program here on campus. This program is for single parents on TANF who want to go to college or get a trade. This program works hard for each student to ensure that they can obtain their education without the use of student loans. Each student walks away debt-free, as I am today. Before coming to OSUIT or the Empower program, I had a difficult time. I got into trouble and had all 4 of my children taken and put into DHS custody. Losing my children caused me to fall in a downward spiral. Soon as I knew, I turned to drugs. I felt like I was stuck with no hope and seeing no sight of climbing out. I had 2 open cases with DHS in 2 separate counties. My youngest children's father was abusive and only added to me continuing using drugs. I knew staying with him would just be a continuing circle, and it wasn't going to work. I had been beaten down so badly in life that I no longer had faith in anyone. So I decided I had nothing else to lose. I checked myself into rehab. Little did I know that was one of the best decisions I made so far. I spent 3 months in inpatient and got sober. When it was time to leave, I had no idea what I was going to do next. I didn't know anyone in McAllister, so I ended up moving to Okmulgee, and I was homeless. I was able to get into the homeless shelter and quickly got a job and started working at the thrift store for women who ran the shelter. A place came available at the Love House, so I was able to move there, and I got my oldest son back. I was able to save money, and with their help, I moved into our first apartment. Things started to look up, so I thought. I had one of my children with me and began the process of trial reunification with my other children. When I moved back to Okmulgee, I was around my twins' father. This relationship was bad. And in the worst ways for me and my kids. It would get in the way of me getting my kids back if I didn't stop seeing him. He wasn't allowed to be around. During my trial unification with my twins, I would have to travel back and forth to Granite, Oklahoma for a supervised visitation multiple times a month. Although I had started paperwork to go to school and complete everything that was asked of me of DHS, my caseworker in Granite was not satisfied with the progress I made. I passed every random drug test. I had hair follicle tests left and right. I finished protective parenting classes and another set of parenting classes, and yet he still had it in his mind that I would never get my twins back. On multiple occasions, he told his supervisors and the judges that I didn't do anything that was asked of me. My first time coming to the Empower program was to test for TANF. I can remember that day because the night before my reunification with my son had been stopped due to my caseworker in Greer County. I was broken. I was ready to completely give up. I felt like no matter how hard I tried or what I did, I would never be good enough. I officially hit rock bottom. I made myself go to testing that next day, even though I looked 10 shades of crazy. My hair was wild. It was 3 different colors. I had on puffy pajama pants, a spaghetti strap t-shirt, 2 different shoes. I remember finishing my testing and being told to speak with the woman over the Empower program. That was the day that I met Katie Quillen. I guess God knew I needed her when she showed up in my life. I just didn't know how badly I needed her at that moment. Like I said, I had no faith in anyone. I was broken and at my lowest point in life when I came to her. Empower was my last hope. My interview was over and I got accepted into the Empower program. I attended a few days and I was on time, but I was still numb and I was hurting over my children. A new class started at 7:30 every day. And one day, I didn't show up. At 9:30 a.m., I was not in class, nor was I answering my phone. Katie knew I was fresh out of rehab and knew I had a high chance of relapse. So she did what no one else would have done for me. She showed up at my apartment. Little did she know, my twins' father had already showed back up and was trying to convince me to lose my sobriety. He would say, "You have nothing else to lose. You might as well do it." As I felt myself falling back into that trap and thinking of throwing it all away, I heard Katie's door shut and then it beep. I could hear her coming up the stairs and then a loud knock at my front door. Katie was on the other side of the door and she was not leaving. She knew I was there because my car was out front. My kid's father tried to open the door to tell her to go away, and she pushed past him and started calling my name. She looked in each room of my house before coming back into my kitchen, where she found a bag on my table. She grabbed it, and she quickly went to the restroom, and she flushed it. As she was walking out the bathroom, she could see me in a ball behind the front door. She got me up off the floor, and she talked to me. She began to quiz me on why I didn't show up to class or why I wasn't answering my phone. I started to bawl as I told her what happened to my oldest son. She let me cry and get everything out about how I felt. Then she looked me in my face, and she said the words that I'll never forget. "Is this going to get your kids back?" I cried harder and finally answered no. She said, "Good, now get up and get dressed. Fix your face. Meet me in the classroom in 15 minutes, or I'll be back with Miss Fran." I followed Katie back to class that day. I started to open up with the other students in my classroom, and they made me feel at home. I worked on short-term trainings, and things started to look brighter for once in my life. I finally opened up to Katie and Miss Fran, and I told them everything that was going on with my children. These 2 women fought with me. Whatever needed to be done, they did it for me. They got me furniture. that was donated for my apartment. They found things for my children. They made sure that my house felt like a home. When the DH workers gave up on me, Katie and Miss Fran didn't. When they wanted to say that I didn't progress and complete everything they asked me to do, that's when Miss Fran and Katie took their phones out and started making calls. Finally, after fighting so hard to prove I was not what I once was and that I had grown and rose above my situation, I did it. I got my kids back. Whew. Thank you. After getting my kids back, nothing was going to stop me. I obtained my CNA certificate in June of 2019. I decided to work for a while, but 9 months later, I was struggling financially and physically. My body couldn't handle that work. So I came back to the Empower program, and I worked to obtain my medical office assistant and my medical billing and coding. I finished my last certificate on November 12th of 2021. I thought that was it for me. I was ready to be on my own, but Katie had, Katie had different plans. She calculated how much time I had left and pushed me to go to college and get my associate's degree. I enrolled at OSUIT in the summer of 2022. My first semester here, I became a member of Pi Theta Kappa and the National Leadership Association. I felt good. I felt good that I was keeping good grades and enjoyed everything on campus that it had to offer. Soon, I became a mentor in the Empower program, helping new students find their way in the program and sharing my start with them, showing them how incredible that Katie and Miss Fran really are. I was grateful when I was grateful when the opportunity to do a work study was available at Pete's Pantry. I got the opportunity to work with one of the best bosses I ever had, Beth Rogers. Working at Pete's Pantry has been an amazing opportunity for me. Beth wasn't just a mentor, and today I can call her a good friend. She helped me on my days that I didn't believe in myself. She was patient with me and showed me everything that I needed to know. Beth's kind heart is why I want to continue helping others. Beth helped me even when she didn't know me. Sorry. Beth helped me even when she didn't know me. During COVID, my family and I got stuck at home with no food and no money and no family because we planned to go home during the holiday. Beth came back to campus and offered her assistance to me. The pantry was closed, but she knew a student was in trouble, and that student was me. Beth, I have never and I will never forget you and everything that you've done to help my family. It's an honor to say that I got to learn and work with you. To my fellow graduates, I tell you this story to let you see that it doesn't matter where you start, it only matters where you stop. Reaching high for your goals, don't let anyone or anything stop you. Hold on to those that believe in you, even when you don't believe in yourself. Today, as we walk this stage, be proud of the demons that you've overcome. Be here and hold your head high. I know because I have 4 miracles in the audience watching over. They're so, watching their, ooh, watching their mama soar. My babies. I am proud to graduate college with honors, and I couldn't be happier to celebrate today with my mom, Barbara, my sister, Toya, my brother, John, my friends, my family, as well as all of you now. Thank you for allowing me to share my story here today and to speak as student graduate respondent. I wouldn't have made it without the OSUIT program, Empower program, and especially I wouldn't have made it without Katie Quillen and Fran Columbine. Thank you.
Kiki, I'm sure you don't remember, but I first met you at Pete's Pantry. And, okay. Well, it is an honor to know you, and thank you for sharing with us tonight. Well, are you ready? Graduates, go ahead and rise. Candidates for graduation, having completed the requirements prescribed by the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education, you have all been recommended by the faculty of this institution to receive degrees of Associate in Applied Science, Bachelor of Technology, or Associate in Science. By the authority vested in me by the OSU A&M Board of Regents, it is my distinct privilege as Provost of Oklahoma State University Institute of Technology to confer upon each of you the degree for which you have been recommended with all the rights, privileges pertaining thereto. So, audience, we will now begin the presentation of diplomas. Graduates, please wait for the usher to escort you, one row at a time, to pick up your diploma cover and have your photo taken. Your first photo will be taken off stage, then the announcer will read your name, and you will come to center stage. Stand on the spot marked X. To have your second photo taken. When you exit the stage, you may return to your seat. So, as you can see, graduates in the front row are moving in the right direction. All of you other rows can go ahead and sit down at this time until you're directed to stand. Graduates of OSU Institute of Technology, we will now begin your graduate walk. During the presentation, all of you can take pictures if you want, but keep in mind there will be a professional photographer taking pictures of all the graduates, and your graduate will be able to order photos from that agency. Please.
Representing the School of Arts, Sciences, and Health, Assistant Dean Jody Campbell. Graduating with a Bachelor of Technology, Applied Technical Leadership, Brady A. Anderson. Emily A. Castleman. John D. Chancellor. Catherine G. Churchill. Nicholas Marlin. Stockton Matthews. Joshua J. Predmore. Graduating with an Associate in Science, Allied Health Sciences, Tatiana Bagby. Christina Bravo. Olivia K. Crabtree. Kelsey de la Cruz. Julia R. Dickens. Jenna Drake. Kiki L. Davis. Bailey R. Elliott. Jessica B. Honeycutt. Susan B. Perry. Marissa A. Peterson. Lacey E. Plum. Melissa Villalpando. Graduating with an Associate in Science Business, Lashana S. Backus. Christina W. Yargi. Graduating with an Associate in Science Pre-Professional, Brittany R. Pope. Graduating with an Associate in Science Pre-Education, Kaylee S. Griffin. Zoe Jane M. Gilmore. Natalie Long. Aubrey Miller. Aubrey is also the Outstanding Graduate for Pre-Education. Graduating with an Associate in Science, Pre-Professional Studies, Randy Choate. Latasha K. Gaines. Graduating with an Associate in Applied Science, Culinary Arts, Tanya Bowie. Alexis J. Royer. Alexis is also the Outstanding Graduate for Culinary Arts. Graduating with an Associate in Applied Science in Nursing, Natasha R. Barrett. Natasha is also graduating with an Associate in Science, Allied Health Sciences. Lindsay Bishop, also graduating with an Associate in Science, Allied Health Sciences. Kate H. Blue Eagle. Shelby R. Caldwell Stanton, also graduating with an Associate in Science, Allied Health Sciences. Caitlin D. Cook, also graduating with an Associate in Science, Allied Health Sciences. Jordan R. Dobbs, also graduating with an Associate in Science, Allied Health Sciences. Mallory E. Dodge. Whitney J. Dugan. Alexander W. England, also graduating with an Associate in Science, Allied Health Sciences. Christy Fitzel. Jadance E. Fowler, also graduating with an Associate in Science, Allied Health Sciences. Eliza F. Franklin, also graduating with an Associate in Science, Allied Health Sciences. Haley J. Glass. Amber L. Hoover, also graduating with an Associate in Sciences, Allied Health Sciences. Amber is the Academic Excellence in Nursing. Amanda S. Kinney, also graduating with an Associate in Sciences, Allied Health Sciences. Jamie J. Kitchens. Lindsay S. Mays. Flor Mena, also graduating with an Associate in Science, Allied Health Sciences. Taylor C. Pollard, also graduating with an Associate in Science, Allied Health Sciences. Haley C. Reed. Kimberly D. Renner, also graduating with an Associate in Science, Allied Health Sciences. Sarah G. Ricketts. Kendria M. Smith, also graduating with an Associate in Science, Allied Health Sciences. Loretta A. Tyler, also graduating with an Associate in Science, Allied Health Sciences. Stephen T. Wiley. Also, Stephen has received the Excellence in Nursing Practice. Leanna Zhang. Graduating with an Associate in Applied Science, Applied Technology, Business, and Digital Technologies, Lizzie B. Bulick. Representing the School of Creative and Information Technologies, Dean Dr. Trey Hill. Graduating with a Bachelor of Technology, Information Technologies, Cybersecurity, and Digital Forensics, Thomas Adams. Crown Etherkaling. Dustin E. Bean. Dustin is also the outstanding graduate. Terry Joe Bruins. Jonathan Bush. Damian A. Shepard. Andrew M. Wilmus. Marjorie N. Wortham. Graduating with a Bachelor of Technology, Information Technologies, Network Infrastructure, Brandon Lee Stewart. Graduating with a Bachelor of Technology, Information Technology, Software Development, Zachary J. Garrett. Graduating with an Associate in Applied Science, 3D Modeling and Animation, Myra D. Coy. Emma L. Curtis. Luke P. Hubbard. Anna M. Johnson. Anna is also the outstanding graduate. Gabriela M. Torres. Graduating with an Associate in Applied Science, Graphic Design Technology, Cameron M. Baig. Rihanna F. Castaldi. Caleb J. Chapman. Jeremy R. Dock. Landon B. Garrison. Tristan Hinton. Colin O. Sharp. Colin also is the Marvin D. McQueen Outstanding Graduate. Graduating with an Associate in Applied Science Information Technologies, Michael E. Blomfield. Lindley I. Brown. Caden L. Haley. Pasendu Karikar. Chelsea L. Macy. Chelsea is also the Outstanding Graduate. Christian Holbrook. Isom E. Ray. Jeffrey A. Scott. Jennifer M. Wilson. Representing the School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, Dean Bob Firth. Graduating with a Bachelor of Technology, Engineering Technologies, Instrumentation Technology, Tanner R. Colvin. Hunter C. Tonica. Also graduating with an Associate in Science, Pre-Professional Studies, Hunter is the Outstanding Graduate. Graduating with an Associate in Applied Science, Air Conditioning and Refrigeration Technology, Stuart P. Conklin. Trayton Thomas Howard. Casey S. Moncada. Keaton S. Morrow. Levi R. Selvage. Clayton Vaden. Michael R. Washer. Graduating with an associate in applied science, high voltage line technician, Jake H. Blankenship. Colton D. Boyd. Michael D. Breedlove, also graduating with an associate in applied science, applied technology. Briar L. Crosby. Waylon Davis. Randall L. Elzy. Dusty W. Feskus. Chase Fenton. Alex Freeman. Austin J. Greenfield. Garrett W. Hefner. Garrett is also the outstanding graduate. Tyler R. Hill. Blake A. Hornick. David A. Kilbrew II. Daniel P. Mallon. Caden C. Merriman. Andrew J. Redman. Zion T. Tedlock. Jace C. Tuck. Corbin L. Ward as our last graduate.
I have to wait till everybody sits down for this next part. So if you're following along in your programs and you're confused, just call me Introvert George number 2. Tough crowd. Okay, now that you're all seated, graduates, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, as the graduates move their tassels from right to left, I proudly present to you the 226th graduating class of OSUIT. Lise Bulick will now lead us in the singing of OSU's alma mater hymn. The words are on the last page of your program in case it's not etched into your hearts.
Proud and immortal, bright shines your name, Oklahoma State, we herald your fame. Ever you'll find us loyal and true to our alma mater, OSU.
It's a truly proud day on campus. We'd like to thank you again for being a part of our formal graduation ceremony. It means a lot to us to have you all with us tonight. So the ceremony is now concluded. Please enjoy a safe trip home. We are dismissed.